The extraocular muscles. An overview. This lesson is a part of our Illustrated Atlas of Muscular Anatomy series. Volume 1. Head and neck muscles, where anatomy is presented visually, clinically, and in a way that actually sticks. In this video, we'll break down the extraocular muscles, their origin, insertion, innervation, blood supply action, and clinical relevance. The extraocular muscles are responsible for precise movements of the eyeball and the upper eyelid. Here are illustrations of the anterior and lateral views of the eye. There are 6 muscles that move the eyeball, 4 rectus muscles, 2 oblique muscles, and 1 additional muscle, the levator palpebrae superioris, which elevates the eyelid. These muscles work together to control gaze, maintain visual alignment, and stabilize vision. Before we look at these extraocular muscles in more detail, let's look at the basic eye movements. Understanding these movements will enable you to visualize how structure relates to function. Using the pupil and iris as a reference point, primary eye movements are carried out by the 6 extraocular muscles, 4 recti and 2 obliques. They move the eye around 3 fundamental axes: the horizontal, vertical, and torsional axes. They achieve this by contracting in pairs and in a coordinated manner. The superior and inferior recti controls vertical movement, elevation, and depression. Elevation is movement of the eye upward, while depression is the downward movement. These movements are done along the horizontal axis. The lateral and medial recti controls horizontal movement. They allow abduction and adduction, respectively. Abduction is movement away from the nose, while adduction is movement towards the nose. These movements are done along the vertical axis. The superior and inferior obliques primarily provide torsional or rotational movements around the torsional or anteroposterior axis. The superior oblique rotates the top of the eye toward the nose in a movement called intorsion, while the inferior oblique rotates it away from the nose in a movement called extorsion. The rectus muscles. Let's start with the rectus muscles, which all originate from the common tendinous ring at the back of the orbit. Superior rectus. This muscle originates from the superior aspect of the tendinous ring and inserts on the superior surface of the eyeball. Innervated by the oculomotor nerve, the third cranial nerve, also called CN3. It is supplied by the superior muscular branch of ophthalmic artery. This muscle elevates the eye and also contributes to adduction and medial rotation. Inferior rectus. This muscle originates from the inferior aspect of the tendinous ring and inserts on the inferior surface of the sclera. Innervated by the third cranial nerve, CN3. It is irrigated by the inferior muscular branch of ophthalmic artery. It depresses the eye and also assists in adduction and lateral rotation. Medial rectus. It originates from the medial aspect of the tendinous ring and inserts medially into the sclera. Innervated by CN3. It is irrigated by the muscular branch of ophthalmic artery. It is responsible for adduction, moving the eye toward the nose. Lateral rectus muscle. It originates from the lateral aspect of the common tendinous ring and inserts laterally in the sclera. It is innervated by the abducens nerve, CN6. It is supplied by the lacrimal artery and muscular branches of ophthalmic artery, and is responsible for abduction, moving the eye away from the nose. A quick way to remember this: LR6, lateral rectus, is abducens nerve, CN6. All others so far are oculomotor nerve, CN3. Now let's look at the oblique muscles, which have more complex paths and actions. Superior oblique originates from the sphenoid bone, passes through the trochlea, a pulley-like structure, where it inserts on the superior posterolateral surface of the sclera of the eye. It is innervated by the trochlear nerve, CN4. This completes the extraocular muscles nerve innervation formula, where LR6 equals lateral rectus muscle is innervated by the abducens nerve, CN6. SO4 equals superior oblique is innervated by the trochlear nerve, CN4, while all the other muscles are innervated by the oculomotor nerve, CN3. Blood supply comes from the muscular branches of the ophthalmic artery. Actions. The superior oblique depresses the eye, abducts the eye, and causes medial rotation and torsion. This rotation ultimately abducts the eye, leaving it in the down and out position. Inferior oblique originates from the anterior maxilla. Inserts on the inferior posterolateral surface of the sclera. It is innervated by the oculomotor nerve, CN3. Its blood supply comes from the muscular branches of the ophthalmic artery and infraorbital artery. Actions. The inferior oblique muscle externally rotates, elevates, and abducts the eye. The levator palpebrae superioris is a specialized muscle associated with the orbit. It originates from the lesser wing of the sphenoid bone, just superior to the optic canal, and travels anteriorly to insert into the superior tarsal plate and skin of the upper eyelid. It is innervated by the superior division of the oculomotor nerve, CN3, with additional smooth muscle support from the superior tarsal muscle, which is sympathetically innervated. Its blood supply is derived primarily from branches of the ophthalmic artery. The main action of the levator palpebrae superioris is elevation of the upper eyelid, allowing the eye to remain open. Importantly, although it is grouped with the extraocular muscles due to its location and innervation, it does not directly participate in the movement or control of the eyeball itself. Clinically, dysfunction of this muscle can result in ptosis, or drooping of the upper eyelid. Other signs often accompany ptosis are a dilated pupil and an eye observed in the down and out position. Clinically, these signs are suggestive of third cranial nerve palsy. Here's a summary of the extraocular muscle movements. Medial rectus muscle adducts the eye by moving it towards the nose. Lateral rectus abducts the eye by moving it away from the nose. Superior rectus muscle elevates the eye by pulling it upward, while inferior rectus depresses it by pulling it downward. The primary movement of both oblique muscles is rotation of the eye. The superior oblique employs a combination of both adduction and depression to rotate the eyeball medially and downward towards the nose when the head is tilted lateral. The inferior oblique employs a combination of both adduction and elevation to rotate the eyeball medially and upward. The eye movement examination. To assess the extraocular muscles, we perform a structured eye movement examination using NH pattern. This pattern represents the 6 cardinal fields of gaze and assesses the 3 cranial nerves 3, 4, and 6 that innervate the extraocular muscles. The patient is asked to keep their head still and follow a moving target using only their eyes. This target is placed about 12 to 14 inches from the face. Move the target to the patient's right. In the out position, move the target upward on the right side. In the up and out position, move the target downward on the right side. In the down and out position, return to the center, then move the target to the patient's left. Move the target upward on the left side in the up and out position. Move the target downward on the left side in the down and out position. Each position of gaze isolates specific muscles by placing the eye in a position where only certain muscles can effectively act. This allows us to detect muscle weakness, nerve dysfunction, or impaired coordination between the eyes. Watch our full tutorial on the eye movement exam where we discuss each muscle that is tested in each cardinal field, the nerve affected, and its associated clinical deficits. Struggling to remember every muscle of the head and neck? You're not alone. Introducing the Atlas of Muscular Anatomy Volume 1 Head and Neck by Medical Essentials Plus, a hyperlinked digital atlas designed for faster learning and better retention. Each muscle is beautifully illustrated and organized by origin, insertion, innervation, blood supply, and action, all in one click. This atlas also includes illustrations of the extraocular muscles, pharyngeal and laryngeal muscles and their functions, cervical triangles and facial compartments, cranial nerve study, quick study comparison tables and post-chapter quizzes, with links to video tutorials and quizzes. Perfect for medical, dental, nursing, physiotherapy, and other paramedical students. Download your copy today and start mastering anatomy the smart way. The print book is also available on our storefront. All links are in the description below. If you have found this overview helpful, take the extraocular muscle quiz to test your knowledge on this topic. Subscribe to Medical Essentials Plus for more high-yield anatomy, clinical breakdowns, and exam-focused learning.